20 questions with me. I'm sorry if I look down at my phone loads. I need to read the questions. Do you have any regrets towards not going to university? And a simple answer is no. I don't have any regrets, because obviously I can go again. I think this whole thing about like, oh, you go to uni to get a job, then why do you need to go when you're 18? I mean, obviously it makes the most sense because you come out of school, you go to uni and then you get a job straight away. But most people nowadays aren't even coming out of uni and getting a job. But no, I mean, you have like 2 seconds where you second guess yourself, but other than that, no, I have no regrets. Do you want to take part in any other marathons? Yes, 100%. I want to do one as quickly as possible. I want to do an Ironman too. I think I will hopefully do a marathon towards the end of this year, and then maybe the start of next year, and then I'll do an Ironman in the summer. That's the plan. Maybe not immediately, but definitely in the future, yeah. Why do you enjoy golf so much? I enjoy golf so much the same way I enjoy any sport, really. It's just because you can, when you're in that zone playing sport, it's just a different feeling to anything else. You're so focused on that one thing, it just distracts you from everything else. You don't think about anything else. You're just so tunnel visioned on the next shot, or your current shot, or the next shot, that it just, you forget about everything else in life. And that it's an amazing distraction, but it's also, I think, amazing distraction, great for your mental health. I mean, it works both ways, really. But yeah, it's just so fun being focused and be able to concentrate on something and working on outcome, and also being able to improve. It's something you get like instant feedback from. So as soon as you hit a shot, for me, I know what I've done wrong, so I know I need to fix that. It's just, it's instant feedback, sport, improving, and just being so focused that it's just better for you mentally. What metrics do you look at when it comes to content creation on YouTube? I think it's the same as anything, really. It depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to make money out of it, then for me, I would look at the conversion rate of your YouTube video to ABC link to purchase. I mean, whatever you sell, whether you're like an affiliate link or whatever it is, from your YouTube to the link that you provide to purchase, if you're trying to sell something, and just getting that number of people who view you to click your link and then purchase as little as possible. Like if you have 10,000 viewers per one click, per one purchase, or per 10 clicks per one purchase, you want to get that as little as possible, 1 to 1 to 1, but as little as possible, not as big as possible, sorry. But if I was just trying to grow a following by just posting content and just pure enjoyment, I would basically just go on consistency and trying to improve one bit. If I improve one bit of my video every time, it's not, you don't have to, but if you improve one thing out of your video, even if it's simple, like I wish I added this transition in editing, add that transition next time, and then find something else to improve and improve it. And it's not necessarily a metric, but if you can keep finding things to improve, you're always going to create better content. And again, just consistency speaks for itself. Just consistently doing that and keep posting is the best metric you have. How did you get started in business? Now, I think I've been over this on my first actual video that's a short, wrong aspect ratioed clip about how I started. And essentially I knew from the age of 16 that I was going to start my own business. I didn't want to go to uni. I just wanted to get out there and do my own thing as soon as possible. And I guess what the question really is asking is how I got into that headspace. And that was mainly through just watching what I wanted to do, essentially. I was getting exposed to videos on business and things like that. Just really got me into it, and actually sort of turned into a passion. Like when you watch videos of cars or golf or whatever, that's me. But if you watch stuff like that, you become more invested in it. I watched more and more business videos. I just became more invested in it. I was like, I need to get into this space. I need to start my own business and just do it as almost like another hobby to me. But I knew from the age of 16 and watching those videos that was what was going to happen. And I'm so glad I did do that. As I said, I don't regret it. Favourite content creator at the moment? Now I'm going to give two answers to this because I can have two sides to my watching of content. I would say for entertainment at the moment, in terms of my humour and things like that, for me is AB. I don't know why I find him so entertaining. It's just the humour is just on point for me. That's just me, and I guess he's somewhat relatable because he's pretty similar age to me. And then for useful content, well, no, it is useful. Useful content and business content, James Smith. Best business content creator out there when it comes to being actually real. Like, starting a business channel thing is like, if you don't know James Smith, go and look into him. But having a big channel and then having a small channel with 20k subscribers as a business channel that probably converts more than the big audience is crazy. But that's something to look into. And then close behind James Smith is probably Chris Williamson, but that's more of just advice type stuff. Actual nitty gritty of business and stuff like that, James Smith is just, he's the best, in my opinion. What characteristics make up my life? And I've talked about my 3 pillars of life before: fitness, family, friends, and work. And that's what I like judge, how my life's going at the moment. Like, if fitness is on point, if I'm being social and it's good for me at the moment and I'm positive about it, and if work's going well. Those are like my 3 pillars. Like, they're very generalised, I know, but I don't really know if they count as characteristics. If we're talking actual characteristics, then I have no idea. Go and ask my friends. The most unexpected thing you have learned from being on camera. 100%, it is so much harder than you think to sit in front of a camera and actually be authentic and talk like you yourself. Is so much harder than you think, because when you see videos of people saying just be yourself, you do try, but it's so hard to convey that on camera, and the only way of genuinely doing that is by literally just imagining you're talking to your friend. I mean, that's what helped me. Like, just imagine you're having a conversation with someone else right now that it's normal to you, that you're comfortable with, because it's just a bit uncomfortable at the start, and it feels very like robot-y, like you're reading a script and that's it. But that's definitely the biggest thing I've learned. I can't give you any other tips at the moment, but that's like the biggest thing that I was surprised about. I mean, maybe more of a surprise than biggest thing I've learned. But one goal this year in work. Ooh. I don't really know. I don't really have monetary goals. It's more of just getting a certain number of clients, getting a certain number of videos out, staying consistent. Oh, I'm going to say consistent probably 1,000 times in this video, but that's it really. Just consistently posting this year without fail, consistently working on business and consistently trying to improve all sides to my business, social media, actual work, and anything else into the business with other things that I can't be bothered to go into. Yeah. Have you ever failed big in business? Yes, there is a massive one that comes to mind first that wasn't actually massive, it just affected me mentally a lot more than I thought it would. And it was having my old job as a client for videography jobs, and then being told that you're under par. And I didn't know this at the time, but that's because I was just completely oblivious to it. I was like, I can do it, I know I can do it. Just having full belief in myself. And then realising, I need to step up the quality for the business. Yeah, and that's what I learned from it. I realised I definitely need to step up the quality and realise the actual quality needed for, to stay, alive and afloat and being wanted. But yeah, just being told that from old work and people I knew personally, that like hit me. That hit me. Yeah, it's alright though. What do your friends think of what you do? Honestly, I have no idea, because I imagine what they say to me is probably different to what they say to other people. I have literally no idea. Like, fully an idea. I mean, I think they respect it in some way, at least, and they respect that I'm going out there and doing something, because it's quite difficult to get yourself going, I guess. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Is that a bad thing? No. Because if my friends were in business and we were talking about that and all of those things, and we were somewhat involved in a business way together, then that would make sense. But to be honest, because I just keep it completely separate. I try and completely keep it as separate as possible. So no, I don't really know what they know about it. How did you come up with the business that you have now? Now, content creation agency, how did I come up with it? Pretty simple. I've been editing gaming videos since I was 11, 12. Editing combined with I enjoy filming / know people that do filming. So I know videographers. Now I know more videographers, obviously being in the business, but combined with that, and then also just being on social media loads as one my age is nowadays. Yeah, combine those all together, I just came up with content creation agency. And I also think I'm a very creative person, so I can think of ideas for companies and the best questions to ask and things like that. And I feel like I'm very good at that. So all those things combined, I was like, it's a perfect business to start. And also an agency, you don't need any capital to start it, obviously, apart from maybe like 100 quid to get a website to start going. That's all I would say. Because you just need nothing to start. You just need to sell your services, find a client, get them to pay you. Obviously you probably should do free work at the start to get your name out there. But yeah, generally speaking, it's pretty free to start. What do I do when I'm not working? Depends what you mean, because if I'm not working, I'm either with friends or family, or I'm running or playing golf, or playing some other sport that I don't usually play. If you mean outside of those 3 pillars of my life, again, I bring them up too much, but outside of those things, just chill, watch TV. Everyone's normal. Just watch TV, watch football, watch sport, yeah, pretty much. If I'm not doing sport, watching sport. What qualities do you look for in a good friend? That is very difficult. My immediate thought is respect, because if you have some level of respect between your friends, you're always going to get on some way. You know, you'll get by. I mean, I don't want to say the normal answer of like just having, similar interests, because a lot of people don't. I've been very fortunate. My friend group from school is so solid. Like none of us, really gone apart from it. I mean, obviously people find more friends at uni and things like that as they grow older, but we always come back. So I've been very lucky in the sense to have friends like that, and I don't really know what it makes up in the characteristics to have good friends. Obviously, trust at a small level, because you're never. I mean, if you have friends that you trust 100%, fair enough. Maybe I've got trust issues, but I trust very, 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 very few people in my life. So some level of trust, of course, but a lot of trust, I don't think that's too much of a worry. I'm trying to think of other traits or other answers other people would give, and then elaborating on them. I guess comfort. Comfort's probably the best answer. If you are comfortable around, like you are so comfortable around the person that you do anything. I don't mean that in any way, but if you're so comfortable that you can talk about anything, you can freely go to them about genuinely anything, I think comfort for me is probably the most obscure answer I can give, and my honest answer too. If you can find a friend or friends that you're just comfortable around in every way, I think that's the most important thing. Favourite quote? No, I think this is a dark one. It sounds quite dark, but I don't think it's that dark if you actually read into it. The gates of hell are locked from the inside. It sounds quite dark, but I think the general meaning behind it is just that you're always dragged down into things, and you're always going to have problems in life, but you can get out of them, basically. There's some easy way out of them. You may not know yet, you may not know it exists, but it is there, really. Basically, it sounds dark, but for me it's like a hope thing. I don't know, I like it. If everything went your way and you had everything doing well, social media, business and fitness, what would you do next? So I'm going to take this from a sense of everything's going well and it's kind of, you know, it's doing really well, and I'm kind of wanting to lay off a bit from not necessarily all of the things, but lay off from work, let's say. I think, to be honest with you, I'd go back into a job that I really enjoy, work it part-time, if I have, you know, manage my hours with business and everything, but slowly, you know, decline with that, but obviously keep it running, but just delegate things down so I can have the time to go and work on something that I just really enjoy. Would that be a job or not? It probably would be a job, but I'd probably go and work in my old job again, part-time, while working on business, while it's all up and running, and just enjoying that. I think that's the main thing, just keeping yourself busy and enjoying something. I know it sounds like a very humble thing and like, oh yeah, you wouldn't do that. No, I genuinely would. If business was, if I was able to lay off work, including, you know, the social media side and the actual into business side, if I could lay off that, because you can keep fitness going with anything really. So yeah, I just go and work a job part-time, manage the other two things as little as I can, and that's me. It sounds like humble beginnings, but that is, as long as I know what I enjoy, so I would do those things. I still have time to play golf because I work part-time. I still have time to do all the other things I want to do, but yeah, that's what I would do. How do you stay authentic? The obvious answer is just be yourself, but I'm not going to say that. Staying authentic is genuinely difficult. I mean, starting out authentic is even harder because you don't really know what yourself is on camera until you like can sit here, do these videos and chill out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Just being comfortable with whatever you post. If you don't really care about, I mean, obviously you've got to care about what the people want to see, people watching you want to see, and the people who like you want to see. Just be comfortable with what you're doing. Know that you're posting stuff that you enjoy posting. That's how you just stay authentic. If you start posting stuff that you don't actually enjoy, you feel like it's a chore to post, you're never going to be authentic in the video when you're recording it. You aren't. So just being yourself. Don't force things in videos. Don't force things to happen, you know, like viral moments. Let things happen, and I'm sure they'll... I'm not saying authenticity is the way, by the way. You don't have to be authentic to make it. You can obviously go for virality and not make it, but I just like authenticity more. I prefer watching authentic content, so I prefer making it. I naturally know how it's going to come out more because I prefer that. Final question. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Now, I guess it's the same sort of question with laying back on business, but I don't know if that would be then. I mean, maybe it would. 5 years from now, I'd like to have moved out. Definitely something that's big for me, moving out. I'd like to move out, be independent as much as possible. Being very comfortable with the business, having a big rise and being steady with the business like I described before. Not coming off yet, but being steady with it, being successful with it. And then having social media coaching going, having any other things that I've got, maybe other business plans, who knows, in the future. Fitness, pretty much the same. I want to be better at golf. I want to be a faster runner. I know it's basic answers, but fitness you can't really change apart from the general, like, on-face stats that you just have. And then there's no goals with family and friends. Have one of my own one day, but I don't think that's going to be in the next 5 years. So the family and friends that I have now are more than enough for me to get by for the next 5 years. Those are my questions. And I apologise for mentioning the 3 pillars of my life too much. But it's necessary because it's what I live off. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more content like this and anything else to do with me, please subscribe, like this video, set a reminder to come back to my channel in a couple of weeks' time. See you in the next video.